All right, time for a round 19 preview. There's a couple games that we don't know where they are or if they're even going to happen, but we will still do our tips, but we don't have like a line for them. So I might just make one up and we can go from there. We'll also just go through the lines for the other games and tip according to that. We're dealing with a bit of a delay, so just bear with us, but we'll be patient here. So first up, we have Port Collingwood. As I mentioned, not sure if it's going to be happening, but let's give it a line of Port. Port the favourites. Let's go. Let's say it's at the Adelaide Oval, and let's say 18 points. This is hard being a bookmaker. 18 points, Row. Are you going Port or Collingwood?
Probably just Port. Yeah.
Yeah, the venue matters way too much to even think about this. But yeah, Pilch.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was at the Adelaide Oval, then Port.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll just skip it because it's too big of a change if it's at a different venue. Carlton North. Carlton are the favourites. The Lions are only 6.5, which to me is quite interesting. I have no idea where this is being played, to be truthful. Rowie, who are you back
At the moment, it's Marvel.
Oh, okay, there you go.
At the moment, it's Marvel. I don't mind North here, actually. But yeah, it's the type of game where I reckon North are going to show up. But I reckon Carlton might just get the job done, and then like Harry might just kick up 4 again. And Sammy Walsh will just tear it up.
This usual proceedings for Carlton. Pilch, what about you?
Yeah, Carlton.
Yeah, I'm going to back Carlton. I do have to say, though, North looked so good in the first half against Essendon. They were just moving the ball so fast, hitting so many targets. They had just like Taron Thomas, Aaron Hall, Zeeble just lurking around, hitting bombs, hitting blokes' chests. But yeah, anyway, fair play to North. Brizzy, Gold Coast, the Q Clash, I believe they call it. Last one was a blowout, wasn't it? It was like 80 points or something. But Gold Coast are a better side now, we like to think anyway. However, the line is pretty large, 27.5 in favour of the Lions. Rowie, who are you backing?
I don't mind the Suns there for the line, actually. I think we saw Brisbane sort of struggle to adjust to life after Eric Hipwood. I know he's obviously not a huge name, but I think he's obviously a key pillar of that forward line, and obviously the Suns tested the Dogs there, so I actually don't mind the Suns there on the line. I'd be tipping Brisbane, but I reckon the Suns might make it close.
Pilch?
Yeah, I'm going to go the Suns just because I'm going with the heart. So the Suns.
Fair enough, yeah.
If I was going head, I'd actually say Brisbane there. It's at the Gabba, so they'll beat.
I can picture Brisbane putting on a statement victory, like snapping their run of bad form, but I'm going to go the Suns just because that's a pretty big margin. But yeah, I feel like Gold Coast backline will be suited to Brisbane, even like without Hipwood out, because they only really have Collins and Ballard. So yeah, it shouldn't be too noticeable that they're one tall down, but yeah, we'll see. But I'll back the Suns in the line. West Coast, St Kilda. This is one's in Perth. I actually do know that. So this is going to be an interesting game. West Coast, probably the most unpredictable team in the comp right now. You could actually argue it's St Kilda as well. The line is 13.5. West Coast are the favourites. I, for one, will go West Coast just because I don't know why. It's in Perth. Rowie, what about you?
I, for 2, will go West Coast. Move on.
No, I'm going Saints.
Ooh, are you going Saints for the win as well, or just
for the upset as well? Both.
Oh, I like it. Bold. Yeah, all right. Next one, we won't bother with the line because it didn't really work for the Port Adelaide game. Adelaide Hawthorn, if they were to play, let's say it gets moved to Gold Coast. If they play Metricon, who are you tipping, Rosef?
That's a very tough one, actually. A huge clash, 16th versus 17th, but See, look, a couple of weeks ago it's Adelaide, but they've been, obviously had a few poor weeks, and Hawthorn just took it up to the D's. So I might actually back the Hawks to get this one. I think they're in they played all right, obviously all right against the D's, but probably just back the Hawks.
Pilch?
Yeah, you have to say Hawks at the moment on form.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd probably tip them at any venue. If it was in Adelaide, I'd maybe go Adelaide on the head-to-head, but I'd say the line would be in favour of Adelaide anyway, so I'd go Hawks to cover it. But yeah, back in the Hawks, and surely they have some ins, because I know last week they were down some troops in the back line anyway. Well, I think Scrim's back this week. That's one of them anyway. Then the big game of the round, well, I guess the grand final rematch is also pretty sizable, but the D's versus the Dogs. Once again, no idea where this is being played. Rowie, do you know where it is?
I don't know where it is. I'll have a look for you. I'm probably going to go the D's. I think they just have that knack to always get it over the good sides. I think it's at the G. But yeah, I'm going to say the D's there.
Yep. Pilch, Melbourne's #1 fan. Are you backing your boys in again?
Yeah, 100% Melbourne. They beat all the good teams. Petrarca and the best two players in the comp. Petrarca's the one in form at the moment, so definitely the D's.
Spicy. There'll be a lot of talk about that matchup for sure. I'll go the Doggies. Libba comes back in, makes a huge difference. They looked faltering in the first half of that game on the weekend, and it's because they didn't have Libba. Libba comes back in. He has 30 clearances. Gets Hugh Janus 150,000 Supercoach points. So I'm backing in the Dogs. Why not? Maybe they cover the spread and Melbourne win head to head. The old line of 1.5. Sydney Freo line is 22.5. Quite sizable. Sydney are the favourites. Tough one. Rowie, who are you going here?
Sydney.
Pilch?
Easy.
Yeah, you probably have to say Sydney. It's actually kind of a hard one, though.
Why did you kick 4+?
Spicy Freo do not.
Well, actually, Sean Darcy might be out.
Alex Pearce. Yeah,
and Freo's defense is obviously undermanned. I think Sydney are going to kick a lot against them.
Yeah, I tell you what, Alex Pearce had a crack against Geelong, but he was struggling out there. You could tell he was.
Walton still kicks like 5 or something.
Mate, you're an Alex Pearce really struggling,
boy, mate. Nah, I reckon he had a stinker though. Like there was one point where he legit gave away three free kicks in the space of like 4 minutes. So it was like everything he was doing was just not going right. But yeah, felt bad for him. I just feel bad for him because his injury luck's been so bad, and I cling on to that year. He was like in All-Australian contention when he snapped his leg. But yeah, anyway, that was a long time ago. I'll back in the Swannies, even though Freo are a bit of a yo-yo team, so they could bounce back and have a contest. I think Sydney will win, and yeah, we'll back them in to win by 22.5. Essendon, GWS, I don't think we know anything about this game, actually. I don't think we know where it is, what time it is, what day it is, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll just go head-to-head here. I'm going to back in the Bombers. I just think they're in better form. Rowie?
Yeah, I'll go the Bombers too. I think we saw that without Toby Green, the Giants are obviously just a different team. It's like Saints without the ruck combo. So yeah, I'm going to go the Bombers.
Yep. Pilch?
Giants.
Oh, he's back. To be fair,
they up to that.
They do,
especially with the delay.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. To be fair, they do actually win when you least expect it. But yeah, I don't know why. I feel like North actually played really well on the weekend. I reckon they would have beaten most teams, but I didn't watch the second half, so I can't really talk. Grand final rematch. Don't know where this is. I'd guess it's in Geelong, but with COVID, could be anywhere. Geelong are the favourites. The line is 16.5. I don't know what to say. Rowie, who are you going?
It's tough because don't really know how Tigers are going to respond without Dusty. So, I might just go the Cats.
Pilch.
I think this game's actually at the G.
Okay.
And as a result, I'm going to go with the Tigers. Because I saw on Twitter Chris Scott emailed the AFL trying to get it changed to Simmons, and he got knocked back. So,
just the old email from Chris Scott. What would he have said? Like, dear Gillen, we get dogged every year, and we have to play at Simmons at the G. It's not even called Simmons, bro. It's called fucking GMHBA. When was it?
It's called the Cattery.
Remember the Cattery. I'll back in Richmond. I'll say Geelong win by 14, and that means Richmond win the line. So, yeah, I feel like Richmond ambush is on because of the Dusty omission, but I just think Geelong are too secure. I trust them too much to lose the game, but I think it won't be a big margin. And 16.5 is pretty sizable against the Tigers at the G. But that's it for week 19.
It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle.